Hello, welcome back to Did It Work? My name's Nina, and today is going to be my ultimate experiment. I am going to make a rice that is inspired by Jollof rice. It is a recipe that I'm literally making up on the fly. However, I did look up a true Jollof rice. So I am using a recipe from Eric Adepong, Adjepong. But the base of the Jollof is going to be from Maya Angelou's short rib recipe that I did earlier. When I was making the short ribs, putting the ingredients that I was putting in there, it really reminded me of how I seen jollof rice made on television. So I saved it to do a play on it. So this is inspired by it. It is not in any way, shape, or form authentic. So I'm gonna try it and see how it tastes. And then somewhere down the road, I will make the authentic one. And I'm gonna put shrimp in this one as well. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is blend the base. So this already has the stock and everything in it. So it's already done the cook and all of that, but it is not blended. So I am going to do that, putting it in my blender. So in the blender, I have red onions. I use those with the short ribs. I have tomatoes used with the short ribs. Anise seed, I did not have that, so I'm putting it in there. I did have red peppers in the short ribs. Scotch bonnet or habanero pepper, one or two. I'm doing two habanero peppers, but I took my seeds out so I won't have as much heat. Garlic and ginger. I have 3 cloves of garlic and a knob of ginger. I just took one of the ends of the ginger and sliced it up. No clue what a knob is. And I'm going to blend these until smooth. Normally you would do these ingredients raw. So I don't know how this is going to turn out because I've already cooked most of the ingredients. Okay, this looks pretty smooth. I'm going to put this aside. So I have my Dutch oven now heating up over medium-high heat on the stove. While this is heating up, I am going to go and rinse my rice. And I have it in a fine sieve. So I'm going to rinse my rice until the water runs clear because I want all that starch out of it. Okay, so I already have all of my onions in the base and I didn't get a Spanish onion. So not putting a Spanish onion in here like it says. So I am going to heat 1 tablespoon of virgin coconut oil. Never cooked with coconut oil, so this is just got to be interesting. Does call for 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Since I'm not cooking the onions, I am just going to use 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil because I do need to toast some spices. My wooden spoon. Okay, so this is hot. Now I am going to add 2 heaping teaspoons of tomato paste. And it said heaping. Then I'm going to add curry powder, smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons of curry powder, and 2 bouillon cubes. And I'm going to cook this for about 5 minutes or until all the spices and bouillon are incorporated. So I am actually going to put another tablespoon of oil in here just to help it incorporate a little bit more. As I said, I'm kind of making this up on the fly. I will tell you, these spices smell wonderful. I'm really wishing I would have broken up the cubes before I put them in there. So I'm kind of breaking them up now. This smells wonderful. Oh my gosh, does it smell wonderful. Okay, so I think I am done with this. And so the next step is to add my tomato mixture and my bay leaves. So here's my tomato mixture. I really don't know how much this originally was supposed to make. So this is such an experiment, it's not even funny. And when I made the short ribs, I did have bay leaves in there. So I'm just going to put 1 in there just to give it a little bit more flavor, kind of a fresher flavor. And then it tells me I'm supposed to cook this down, but I already have the stock in here from when I did the short ribs, so I'm not going to completely cook this down. I'm going to let it cook so all these flavors can marry, but it will not cook down the way it's supposed to, which also means I'm not going to be able to toast my rice the way I'm supposed to. As I said, this is why it's not a jollof and it's just inspired, because a lot of things I'm not going to be able to do because the base of this is already made. You know what? I can do this. I'm actually going to toast my rice in another pan while this is cooking. Okay, so I have now got another skillet that I'm going to use to do the toast of the rice. So I'm going to put some of this in here. I don't know if this is going to work, guys. This is such an experiment. That looks about right. I'm going to let this heat up. I'm going to keep stirring this one. I'm going to let this cook down. No, normally this would cook for about 40 minutes, but this is already cooked for a long time when I made the short ribs. So I'm not going to have to worry about getting those flavors incorporated as much, but I am going to let it cook a little bit because I did add some more seasonings. Okay, so in this one, I'm going to go ahead and put my rice, and I'm going to toast the rice, stirring constantly for about 5 to 7 minutes. And I'm going to turn this one down to low. Okay, hopefully I didn't put too much liquid in there, but I can let this liquid kind of evaporate out because we do have the other pan. So this is something I would do at home for my kids, making up meals as I go because I get inspired by something. And I had a lot, as you can see, of this base from the short ribs left, and I did not want to throw it away. So I put it in a plastic bag and sealed it and threw it in my freezer. And so now I'm taking it back out and I'm repurposing it, and I'm hoping this tastes good. I'm gonna cook this for about 5 to 7 minutes, and I'm gonna keep stirring it. Okay, so most of the liquid is absorbed from this, and so I switched over the pots again so we can see. As you can see, most of that liquid is absorbed. So I'm going to add the rice now to my tomato mixture. This is about the time that I would actually add my stock, but I had already put stock in here for the short ribs. So I do have stock to add in case I need more. I don't think I'm going to need more. I probably have more base in here than what I probably already need. So I'm not thinking I'll need more. So I'm going to go ahead and stir this up, and I'm going to put it on a low so for it to just simmer. It's going to be about 20-25 minutes. I need to gently stir the rice at least twice during that time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alarm to stir this every 7 minutes gently. Okay, so now I need to cover it. It is telling me to cover this with aluminum foil or a towel. I need 2 sheets because my pot is wide. Then it tells me to put the lid on. 7 minutes, I'll be back to gently stir it. It's been 7 minutes. I got most of my dishes done in the meantime. So let's go ahead and check this. Looks good. It's at a little simmer, as you can tell. So I'm gonna give this a little bit of a stir gently. All right, covering aluminum foil. Back on here. Okay, this is my 14th minute, so my second 7-minute mark. Give it a gentle stir. I do see it is kind of sticking at the bottom. Maybe that's why I'm doing a gentle stir to make sure it doesn't stick. Or maybe it's just all wrong. You know, this is me experimenting in the kitchen. If all goes wrong, we can order a pizza. That's what I did with my kids. Anytime I was experimenting making a meal and it didn't work, we ordered pizza. So kids, for all those times you had pizza, it's because dinner didn't work. And so we're going to do this really until the rice is done. So I am going to give it a taste to see how close we are for the rice. It's almost there. I got my shrimp. I'm going to just put the whole bag in there. The recipe that I have from Chef Eric does not have any protein in it. And I know there are some that have them in there. So I'm also going to say this. I don't know if this is how you properly put meat in Jollof. So again, this is just inspired by it. This is not authentic. Okay, my gentle stir, aluminum foil, my lid. See you in another 7 minutes. Okay, my timer went off, so we're at our 21st minute. So let me go ahead and check this again. All right, gently stir. Obviously, I have too much base, too much of a stew base in here because I should have added more rice or took some out. But again, I didn't know. So this is a lesson that I now know. I'm also got to fish out this bay leaf because you don't want to eat it. It's hard to digest. So again, inspired by not exact. Check to see if this rice is done because the shrimp is almost done. I think I need to let the shrimp cook for a little bit longer as well. Some of them are done, some of them aren't, but I want to see if the rice is done. That is the most important part. The rice also needs to cook some more, so I'm going to cover it up again. Now, I said I'm only at 21 minutes. It said 20 to 25. I'm just going to do another 7 minutes. Make sure my fire is still on low, which I haven't changed it, so it is. Okay, that is my fourth 7 minutes, so we're at 28 minutes. Let me see how I'm doing. Okay, the rice is not done yet. And this might be because I don't have as much just liquid. And this was kind of more of a base, but it is getting done. So I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. Now, I could be really messing this up doing it this way. So yeah, that very much is a thing. Okay, I'm going to do 5 more minutes. Okay, I think this is it. And I'm going to turn this fire out. Not bad. Still didn't absorb everything, but again, this was trial and error. I'm gonna make me a bowl. See you at the tasting table. Welcome to the tasting table. I can't believe I finally finished this. So this is gonna be an odd tasting because really I'm only gonna taste this to see if I like it. I have never had Jollof, and I know you're asking why didn't you get somebody that's had it? I asked everybody that I know if they've ever had it because if they said yes, I was going to invite them over to taste it. I have no idea what this is supposed to taste like, so I'm going to just see if I like it. I do without a shrimp first. Okay, one, this has a nice spice to it. Could be because I'm a baby, but I can definitely taste the habanero peppers coming through. But I like this. This is something I will always do after I make short ribs. Pretty much, you're going to know when we have short ribs. I'm going to make this. That's how much I actually like it. So the rice is soft, so it did soften up. I just need it to cook a little bit longer. I'm gonna try the shrimp, see what it tastes like with the shrimp in there. Mm-hmm. I like this. I'll probably pair it with a salad because I still have homemade Catalina dressing in the fridge. So that is my plan. I liked it. I think it worked. So if you try the short ribs, try this afterwards and tell me what you think about it, whether or not it worked for you. Thank you. As always, love with your heart, cook with your soul. My name is Nina. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.